Good afternoon. Now the information about the situation in the ATO zone. Ministry of Defense of Ukraine spokesman on ATO-related issues, Colonel Oleksandr Motuzyanyk, is given the floor. Good afternoon, everyone. Now the information about the main events that happened yesterday in ATO zone. During the last 24 hours, in the result of the conflict, the situation becomes less tense. The Russian occupation forces decreased the intensity of shelling of Ukrainian positions by half, but the enemy sporadically uses mortars, and in Mariupol sector, the enemy uses Grad partisan rocket system. Now the information in more detail. During the last 24 hours in Lugansk sector, the military actions happened in Popasnyansky region. There were 2 armored provocations in Oleksandrovka, one of which with the use of mortars. There were 2 shellings in Novozvanivka, and there was instance of ceasefire violations, one in Valyevsk and one in Krymsk. On the whole, during the last 24 hours in the Lugansk sector, there were 6 enemy shellings. And the Donetsk sector, yesterday the enemy opened fire at Ukrainian positions in the region of Zaitsevo and near Avdiivka. In this part of front line, the militants delivered several mortar shellings of low intensity, supported by grenade launcher fire and small arms. In Troitsk, Novgorodsk and Pisky, the enemy conducted armored provocation exclusively with the use of small arms. On the whole, during the last 24 hours in the Donetsk sector, there were 12 shellings, including 3rd with the use of mortars. And the Mariupol sector, yesterday the situation was the most tense. Detachments of the enemy 4 times delivered fire with the use of Grad partisan rock missile systems. They delivered fire in Shirokino, launching 20 missiles. Here the militants delivered fire with the use of mortars and used weaponry of APCs and tanks. And also there was 1 mortar shelling in Krasnogorovka and in Pavlo Pilgnutovo and Volodyanne. The occupants delivered fire with the use of small arms. During the last 24 hours in the Mariupol sector, there were 19 enemy shellings, including 4 with the use of heavy weapons. During the last 24 hours, in the result of the military actions, no Ukrainian serviceman was killed. 1 Ukrainian serviceman was wounded. SBU found 2 caches of ammunition in the ATO zone. In an abandoned house in the suburbs of Mironivska village, Donetsk Oblast, the operative officers seized 109 grenade launcher shells with different modifications, with 40 charges and 3 anti-tank mines and 11,000 cartridges to small arms weaponry of different caliber. And SBU found a cache of ammunition in Shirokino village. In the well in the territory of private house, law enforcement confiscated grenade launcher RPG-26 and also cartridges of 12.7 millimeter of caliber to armored with armored piercing incendiary bullets, and also local residents used flame gun that is called Shmel, and according to experts, this weapon was made in Russia in 2000. Next briefing will be in 2030 tomorrow.